What's up, YouTube? This is your girl Sage, aka Sage the Urban Witch, and I am on for a channel message today, okay? The channel message that I received from Spirit for the collective is they're stuck on stupid, okay? And I got a particular storyline or a particular stream of who this person is, dear one, and how they relate to you in whatever type of way. And we're going to get into that in just a second, but I want to say welcome you guys to my channel, okay? Welcome to your girl's channel, okay? And I thank you guys in advance for your likes, your shares, and subscribes. And remember, you guys, okay? Remember, to all of my subbies and all of my international supporters and my national supporters, okay? The more that I see you guys showing up, in the comments section and letting your girl know how the readings are resonating with you, okay? And the more that I see that you guys are, liking my content and also, feeling free to share it and even hyping up the videos, the more that you will be in my mind's eye, so that when the time comes for me to tell you guys during a live stream in the chat that I'm going to select one lucky person, one lucky subby to answer their yes or no oracle message for free, I'm going to call on those of you guys who I see a lot in the comment section, and also who I see a lot in the chat, okay? So I want to remind you guys, okay, you may not have to pay for it with money, the oracle message, okay, but you will pay for it in terms of an energy exchange, okay? I believe in reciprocity over here at the House of Sage, okay? So you guys keep that in mind and keep showing up, okay? Let me know that you're a part of my vibe tribe and you're not just a passerby, okay? All right. Also, you guys, I want to thank you for those of you guys who continue to purchase readings from your girl. It is very much so appreciated. I'm so glad that I could be a benefit for you guys who are on your healing and spiritual journey, okay? For those of you guys who are seeking personal and spiritual clarity on a situation, I'm glad that you guys trust me to tap into your energy to give you the tea that you need to set you free, okay? Also, I thank you guys for your donations, okay, to my business website. And also for those of you guys who may be on the fence, I want to let you guys know that personal readings are still currently available. I'm very confidential, okay? I'm very professional, and I'm very tuned in and tapped in. And if you would like a personal reading, guys, all you have to do is email your girl at wisdomandsage@gmail.com. That's WIZDOM and sage@gmail.com, okay? And then write personal reading and the subject line to get the party started. Also, I want to remind you guys that all year round, not just on special occasions, I do have economy and mini readings from as little as $15 to $44. For those of you guys who just want to get a little bit of taste of what you guys would be in for to get a reading from your girl before you invest in a more standard priced reading and a more of a standard reading, okay? So I want to let you guys know that that is some options that are available to you as well. And all of that is also on my website, okay? And you guys can hit it from the description, the description box, all of the details in terms of how to get a reading. And you guys can also hit it from the links in my bio, okay? All right, so collective, as I was meditating, you guys, I heard the message from Spirit, they're stuck on stupid, okay? And this may not apply to all of you guys, but this is for a specific collective, okay? And you are someone, dear one, that has walked away from some type of janky ass toxic relationship, okay? It wasn't even a relationship. It was a relationship because from the start, dear one, it was based on deception. So this person either outright lied to you in terms of who they are, okay? Or they, quote unquote, omitted the truth. They left a lot of things out that they should not have left out because, they took away your free will. They took away your right to choose based on the knowledge of the facts so that you can decide if whether or not you wanted to be down with, what they were down with, okay? And I'm hearing from Spirit, a lot of it was, a bunch of fuckery, okay? This particular person, dear one, they lied about being, on the up and up, being, ready for a committed relationship. They were not, okay? This person lied about being single. They were not, okay? Some of them, dear one, they were already married, okay? They were already in, a situation. They were already, tied up, as they say, but they lied and they said that, they were single. They led you to believe otherwise, okay? Some of them, dear one, they could have been in another state where, their whole wife and a whole family somewhere else was in another state, okay, or another part of the country or another part of town, and they deceived you, dear one, because they led you to believe that they were single, but they really wanted to play games. They wanted to triangulate you. They wanted you to be in a third party situation shit with some other person, dear one, and they thought that you would be down with it. They thought that, if they wined and dined you quick enough, if they love bombed you quick enough, you would fall for them hard and fast, and by then, your heart would be involved, your body would be involved, and it would be hard for you to walk away. That's what they were banking on, okay? So this person, dear one, they were janky from the start, okay? But now, dear one, I'm hearing from Spirit, fast forward to now, as the situation stands, you have walked away from this person, okay? You want nothing to do with him or her, okay? You want nothing to do with, his or her whole harem of side dicks, side chicks, and in-betweeners, okay? You have figured out that this person, they're all into the Jezebels and the Jezebels, because at the end of the day, they ain't nothing but a hoe. Come through, Spirit. Bars. And you're just not about that life, okay? Yeah, but now, dear one, instead of this person walking away and just taking the L and just saying, you know what, forget Lisa, you Lisa, forget JoJo, you JoJo, it's a lot of holes out here, I got holes in every area code. There's a lot of happy holes out here. I can just partake of any one. I forget you, you could be replaced. Instead of them saying that, dear one, and just going off their merry little way, finding another clown for their clown circus, they keep wanting to come back to you. They keep trying to play games with you. They keep trying to keep tabs on you. They keep trying to do things behind the scenes, okay, to cause some type of disruption of your peace or disruption in your flow of things. Or if you guys are in a relationship, this person, dear one, they have the audacity to feel as though they have some type of entitlement to you, that you don't have a right to be in a relationship that's not involving them, either by themselves or with they hoe or with they bitch or with whoever the hell they with. Okay, ain't this about a bitch? Okay, so you got someone here. Come through, Spirit. You got someone here, y'all, that is stuck on stupid, because this person didn't want, they seem to think that they're the best thing since sliced bread, and you looking for that, okay? You looking for a sandwich, okay? And they feel as though they want to get in where they fit in and show you what they working with, huh? And they just don't want to take no for an answer, okay? Now, the energy also, dear one, that I'm picking up in the ethers here is that this person could be in the public eye in some way, shape, or form. They could either be a celebrity, they could be an athlete, okay? They could be, in the public eye in terms of, having some type of clout or status or being well known in their local community or being well known online, okay? Or some of them, they could have global influence, okay? So, they could be into podcasting, they could be an entertainer, a singer, a rapper, okay? They can be, someone that plays an instrument, okay, in a band, okay. They could be, someone that's into radio, well-known radio figure. They could be like a sports a commentator. They could be, a commentator for celebrities and, people of that sort, in the entertainment industry or the music industry. They could be a podcaster, okay? They could be well known in social media. They can have a large following, okay? They could be in the fashion industry, okay? They can be into DJing, okay? They could be a DJ, okay? They could be into satellite radio, mainstream radio. They could be a DJ or a radio host or something of the sort. Somewhere, dear one, where, a lot of people know them by name, by face, by what they do, what it is that they do. Because I'm hearing like communication, okay, has a large part to do with it. So something in their industry where they have to be a communicator, or something that they're well known for in terms of a talent, a skill, or an ability. So sports as well comes through, okay. Or also, dear one, this person could be well known in terms of, being like some type of business person, whether, they're behind the scenes, pushing paper and getting the bag, okay. travel a lot, someone that travels a lot, okay? World traveler came up as well, okay? Someone that negotiates and makes a lot of deals. I'm hearing contracts, I'm hearing merch, okay? Yeah. Someone in that realm, dear one, okay? Also, this person, dear one, whomever they are, that's stuck on stupid, yeah? They could be, you know, a political figure, okay? I'm hearing grassroots activists, okay? I'm hearing aldermen, okay? I'm hearing mayors, okay? We got some of those in the mix here, yeah? I'm also hearing this person could be in the religious sector. They could be a pastor, a preacher, a deacon, okay? Something of the sort, okay? Could work, or, you know, they could minister at a mega church or a small church, you know, small community church, something of the sort. It's all different levels I'm hearing from Spirit. I'm hearing there's levels to this shit, okay? Yeah. I also saw a person that drives for the stars. So this could be like, you know, people that people drive celebrities around, take them to their points of destination. I also heard security, okay? People that are always alongside celebrities. They are their security, okay? This could be this type of person, okay? So whoever this person is, dear one, they have some type of, you know, position in life in terms of what they do for a living that makes them well known, that really makes this person feel as though they are bigger than the program, dear one, especially when it comes to you. You know, they don't live an average life, okay? They don't do what they consider normies to do, okay? So they look at relationships very, very differently, dear one, from perhaps how you may look at it. So it's nothing for them to, you know, have open relationships, you know, multiple wives or, you know, multiple husbands, you know. I'm hearing polyfuckery. They're into that, you know, open relationships, okay? Some of them, they're not married to multiple women, but, you know, they have multiple baby mamas and they treat them like that they're part of their sister wives and their type of whole harem and shit going on there, okay? Yeah. But dear one, whomever this person is, you know, they're very much so stuck on stupid. And the reason why they're so stuck on you now and stuck on stupid, dear one, is that this person who was trying to play you while he was with, or while she was with someone, that person ended up leaving this person that's stuck on stupid, that keeps looking at you. This person left this person here that got their eye on you. And now this person feels jaded. Their ego is crushed. Their ego is bruised. And they're like, damn, you know, I chose wrong. You know, I should have chose collective, but I chose this. They're calling this person now that they were with, dear one, a karmic. But see, they wasn't calling this person that then, okay? Back then, dear one, you know, they were calling you square. They were calling you vanilla. They were calling you a nerd. They were calling you, you're not popped out enough. You're not this enough. You're not that enough, you know? And they thought that this person that was all shiny, you know, was the person for them that was going to help them rise, that was going to give them clout, that was going to make people jealous when they saw this person on their arm or vice versa. So it was like, you know, this person, dear one, that's stuck on stupid, they went after someone that was a shiny thing, okay? But I'm hearing from Spirit, all that glitters is not gold. This person, their money, their finances have taken a hit because, you know, they were living that fast life. They were trying to present this illusion of, you know, really having a lot, but they were fake flexing, and they were really essentially trying to buy this person. They were trying to feed into this relationship. I'm hearing it was all about the optics, okay? It was all about what it looked like, you know, to everybody. It was all about what it looked like online, okay? But behind closed doors, you know, this person couldn't stand each other. They couldn't stand each other. This person, you know, that is stuck on stupid, dear one, he or she was still goosenecking, still looking at you while they were with their partner, okay? They didn't understand the concept of love, the one you with, because it was never about love in the first place. It was about a show. It was about, you know, lights, camera, action. It was about the optics, okay? It was about an optical illusion, the appearance of what it looks like, okay? Now, this person has ran this person's money dry. This person has run into a lot of relationship issues, okay? They've been cheated on. You know, they thought that they were the biggest player, but then whoever they chose that they're now calling a karmic played them, okay? So the player got played, okay? So now they want to come back to you, dear one. I'm hearing, come on home to me. Charlene, come through spirit, old school. I believe that's Anthony Hamilton there. Yeah, your name could be Charlene, dear one. Okay, now it's like they want you to come home. They think that you're home. Ain't that about a bitch? They for the streets. They've been out in the streets. They've been ripping and running in the streets with this person that they're now calling a karmic. But they've always considered or now consider you to be home, and they want you to, come back home to them, and they want to come back home to you. But they made their home somewhere else, and that didn't have nothing to do with you because you weren't willing to be down with their, clown circus of fuckery. But they're not hearing you. They're not hearing that. They have created some type of narrative in their head, dear one, though no matter how far you have gone away, no matter how long it's been, no matter how many relationships or partnerships you've been in since, or for some of you guys, marriages or a marriage that you perhaps are still in, or engagement, okay, apply the situation where it fits. No matter how much, time you and distance you have put between yourself and this person, dear one, they still think that they got a hold on you, that they're entitled to you, that you still belong to them, okay? You belong to me. Bullshit. No, I don't. Okay? No, my collective don't belong to you, bruh. No, my collective don't belong to you, sis. Okay? Yeah, you belong to the streets, and the streets belong to you. Okay? So take your ass on, get on, and get some more. God damn it. Come through spirit. But yeah, dear one, this person that is stuck on stupid, okay? They left you for someone, and now this person has dogged them out. This person has drained their pockets. Now they're realizing that, oh my God, I've been bamboozled. This person tricked me. They led me to think that, I was going to have a better life with them versus the collective. They led me to think that, I was going to go from rags to riches, or, I was just going to be able to sit on my ass and, glean off of them and allow them to take care of me. Or, they allowed me to think that, together we would be a power couple, or, we would be very powerful business partners and this and that. But, dear one, this person, they fell for the okie doke, okay? They signed on the dotted line before reading. And now, they don't like what they have, agreed to. They don't like the contract that they're now in, whether this is a legal contract, a business contract, okay, a contract where somebody got a baby, Brenda got a baby, okay, or now they hemmed up, they got more responsibilities that they didn't account for. They just wanted to lay and play, but they didn't understand the dynamics of the thing. You got to pay to play. Ain't nothing for free, homie. Yeah. And so now they gotta pay their one because they've been playing and they ain't got no money, okay? They's a brokey. So now they looking at you, dear one. Dear one, word on the street is that you got it going on, hon. Word on the street, bruh. Word on the street, sis, is that, you have hit some type of come up, okay? Yeah, you've gone from like rags to riches on your level, okay? Again, I'm hearing there's levels to this shit, okay? Some of you guys have gone from, continuing to go back and forth and in some type of yo-yo situation with that person or with another person, and now you guys are happily, harmoniously single, or you guys have found someone that matches your vibe and you're happy now. You're not with all of that janky ass shit, all of that rah-rah. You don't want nobody bringing no mess and no chaos to you. You chill, okay? You lay back, okay? You guys are getting a bag now. You've had enough time to work on yourself and to remove a lot of distractions. So now you've had time to, to put your head down so you can get your money up, okay? So the bag is looking good, okay? Some of you guys have moved out of, old neighborhoods into a better community, better zip code, okay? Some of you guys, you've had a makeover, okay? Yeah, you start to look better when you get sleep. You start to look better when, you ain't got no more stress in your life. Yeah, you start to look better when you got rid of toxicity and distractions and you know who you are, so you don't have to settle and deal with no bullshit. Yeah. You start to look better, dear one, when you start working on yourself, working on your health, and now your skin popping and glowing, your teeth looking bright and white, okay? Yeah, you guys have lost a significant amount of weight. For those of you guys who were trying, those of you guys who are trying to get your gains, increasing your protein and counting your micros and your macros and this and that, okay? You got it on lock now. It's looking good. People looking at you, okay? Some of you guys, you got you a nice little makeover. You done went to these boutiques, you done ordered some things online, okay? Got your shoe game on lock, okay? Yeah, some of you guys, you got your makeup game on lock, bruh, you getting that lined up, every 2 weeks, it's looking good in your neighborhood, okay? Yeah, you got you a nice wardrobe. and you look different now, okay? How you guys feel about yourself from the inside out. I love myself, self-love is the best love. I'm gonna focus on me. I'm gonna do what's best for me. Now that energy is exuding from the outside in and the inside out, dear one. And so now you looking good. Now you are the shiny thing. And this person, dear one, that dropped you, that left you, that thought you wasn't good enough, that thought you was square, that thought you was too slow, okay? That thought, you wasn't popping, you wasn't out in the scene, wasn't nobody checking for you, didn't nobody know you. They wanted somebody, they wanted to be with someone that knew their name. They wanted to be with somebody that, when they said, I'm with such and such and such, people would be like, oh, really? Okay. Well, you're going to get invited to the party. Don't be tardy for the party, okay? So, yeah, dear one, they got with one of those, okay? But I keep hearing all that glitters is not gold. And a lot of them, dear one, this person that is stuck on stupid, yeah, they found that out the hard way. Now they want to come back, okay? I'm hearing, baby, come back. Duh, duh, duh. You can blame it all on me. Come through, spirit. I was wrong, but I cannot live without you. Bullshit. Old school. Yes, you can. You ain't got no choice but to live without me, because I'm gone and I don't want you, okay? You're whack. I threw that back. Come through, spirit. So some of y'all now, you might have to get a restraining order, collective, because this person thinks that, they can throw their weight around because they feel as though, they got clout, they got prestige, they got connections. They feel as though they got a network, or some of them might be in the network, dear one. So they feel as though, nah, bitch, you can't say no to me. Nah, mofo, you can't say no to me. I'm going to just make these calls. I'm going to just do this. I'm going to just do that. I'm going to just track your ass. I'm going to just, da-da-da-da-da. And then sooner or later, I'm going to wear you down like water on a rock, and you're going to come back to me. Or, for some of them, you're going to come to us, because this is a janky motherfucker, okay? They like, one is boring, two is whack, and three is, they on that type of shit, okay? They on that type of time. So some of y'all, dear one, whomever this person is, dear one, that think that they have, clout and status and prestige, and that, people can bend to their will and they can force people's hands, okay? You may have to get a restraining order on this person, is what I'm hearing from spirit. Some of you guys, I don't know, you may have to do something very strategic online, okay? You might have to get you a VPN, you might have to, shut down your social media and resurrect a new one, okay? You might have to get, new electronic devices, because that one, it might be hacked, okay? You might have to get you a new cell phone, new cell number. You might have to get rid of that laptop, donate it to your little baby cousin. She don't know what to do with it but watch YouTube, okay? Yeah, and get you a new one, okay? Whatever the case may be, yeah, dear one, because, this person, that's stuck on stupid, they stuck on stupid for real. Not only are they in la la world, la la land, thinking, dear one, that you're a part of their world, and they act like you ain't got no choice, like you can't say no to the thing. Because this person, dear one, in their head, in their delusional mind, I'm hearing from spirit, regardless of what they got going on in the matter of a relationship or whatever they got, they think, dear one, that you're their soulmate and that you guys are destined to be together. But they have determined, they have wrote you in their script, and they have created some type of, storyline that they trying to force you to be in it, where no matter what that relationship looks like to them, that you're destined to be a part of that, whether it's a third party, whether it's an open marriage, whether, it's a bunch of polyfuckery fuck shit, clown circus shit, they feel as though, dear one, you don't have a right to say no. You're going to be in this thing. So again, some of y'all going to have to get a restraining order. Yeah. Some of you guys, this may cause you to have to relocate. Okay. Now for each person, dear one, I'm hearing from spirit is different. So a lot of you guys, you're going to get the downloads from spirit and your ancestors in terms of how this particular read relates to you and what you need to do about it, okay? To make sure that you're kind of like off the radar of this person, dear one, that thinks that they can use their money, their clout, their prestige to force you into a situation with them, regardless of how you feel about it, okay? Now, this is not the cave days, okay? You don't go grabbing on nobody and pulling on the back of their hair and dragging them, talking about some me Jane, you Jane, me John, or whatever the fuck, okay? Nah, that ain't gonna work, okay? So yeah, dear one, that is today's read, okay? The channel message, which is they're stuck on stupid. Largely someone is really going out of their way to try to save face because they feel embarrassed now because the person that they passed you over for, or the person that you were like when you saw them with this person after you discovered their lies and their deceptions you walked away from. This person, they got played by the very person that they claimed to be better than you, that they thought was more popped out, more prettier or more attractive than you, dear one. And then they learned the hard way that all that glitters is not gold. They also learned the hard way that, there are bigger players in this world. And, they met their match when it came to someone being a bigger player than them, okay? Somebody that was more for the streets than them, okay? One energy that I just picked up on, thank you, Spirit, someone is upset and they want to come back to you, dear one, because not only have they been burned figuratively, pockets looking crazy, but now, dear one, they've been burned literally, okay? Yeah, somebody coming in hot, okay? Somebody is a member of the Get a Shot in Your Ass at the Free Clinic crew. Come through, Spirit. And you know what? They want you to be one too. And that's a no-go, okay? Say no to that, okay? Remember how they lied the first time, said they wasn't in a connection or a relationship with somebody, and they very much so were? They're still going to try to come back around, dear one, if you allow them to say that, it's all good in the neighborhood, and I'm hearing those medical papers are falsified, okay? Yeah, don't look at that, okay? Because that has been, what they call it, it's been, they doctor it up, with all of these programs and stuff, these computer programs, some of them, they have connections to people that work in the medical industry. They got falsified medical documents. They got falsified medical records, okay? If you want to be clear that somebody is clean and on the up and up, you got to go with their raggedy ass to the clinic with them, get your blood drawn with them at the same time, and then be there for the results, okay? No call-ins, no faxes, no screenshots, no printouts, no word of mouth. No, fuck that, okay? Because you're dealing with somebody that's stuck on stupid. And this applies to those of you guys who, you in the dating world now, and you ain't even thinking about this mofo that's stuck on stupid or this hoe that's stuck on stupid. But, for those that want to come towards you that may not be tight and right, okay? Yeah, that's a public service announcement. You don't take nobody's word for nothing, especially when it comes, to play where it's concerning your health, your medical health, okay? Where you can get something and it can take your ass out, okay? Where you can get something and you don't have the ability to get it back, to give it back to a motherfucker. You stuck with it, okay? Yeah, you're going to have to do more than take his or her word for it. You're going to have to do your own investigation. You're going to have to show up with the doctor. Don't even take the doctor's word, because he might have been paid off, okay? He might be on that person's payroll. Oh, come through, Spirit, because I just saw a pill bottle and it's in somebody's name, but it's for that person, okay? All types of decepticonery. Yeah, I made up that word. All types of decepticonery and bullshit that's going down, okay? Because, dear one, you have people around you that are stuck on stupid. And most of these people, I'm hearing from Spirit, 8 out of 10, they're already in a situation. They're already in a connection. They're already in a marriage, or they tied up with their baby mama or baby father that you don't even know about. They're not announcing. Or they already got a whole wife or a whole husband in another city, town, or country away from you and away from them. And they present themselves to be single, but they're very much attached, okay? Yeah, so you guys got to be careful, okay? That's your public service announcement. And for those of you guys where this message most resonates, Spirit says that you guys will get more downloads in the days, weeks, and months to come of what to do about this situation with this person that's stuck on stupid. For those of you guys where they just don't want to leave you alone, and you're going to need some more reinforcement, some more support. Could be more legal support, could be more physical support, it could be more protection, pew pew support, yeah, and or it could be more spiritual support, okay? Put that motherfucker on the altar, candle work, yeah, okay, yeah, burn them out, cauldron work, yeah, burn them out, okay, salt work, yeah, salt them out, okay? Do what you do. Smoke them out, okay? All right, dear one. So that is the tea, okay? That's the tea that you need to set you free with this message for today. They're stuck on stupid, okay? Yeah, and y'all need to know that so that you can govern yourselves accordingly, okay? So I'm going to give you guys some signs, dear one, and then I'm going to turn it loose, okay? All right, so here we go. Thank you, Spirit. For those of you guys where this message most resonates, you or they, dear one, could very well be a Taurus, Virgo, Pisces, Capricorn, Sagittarius, Leo, and Virgo. Thank you, Spirit. I'm also hearing Scorpio rising, Scorpio moon, Gemini rising, Aqua rising, Aqua as in Aquarius, Aqua rising. Okay, and that's all I'm hearing. Thank you, Spirit. All right, so that's the tea, y'all. And until next time, stay beautiful, stay blessed, and stay great. Peace.